Hi friends, welcome to Ash Talks. In the time period of 1980 to 2000, two episodes of Doraemon which was telecast only one time and its lost episodes or appeared anonymously. Those two episodes were horror and more different from the usual one. It was telecasted in Japan only. Okay, now we'll see whether the episodes were really existed or not. Before watching the full content, make sure to subscribe the channel and hit the like button if you like this video. Now let's get into the video. Actually, this story is an existing urban legend episode of the 1979 Doraemon series. The story is pretty known in the Japanese online community, though it's not widely known outside of Japan. And it started back in the early 2000s. In the early 2000s of the Japanese site, two online users have been discussing a strange episode of Doraemon 1979 that they had seen back in their childhoods, but this episode only broadcasted once and never again. This episode is called Talent. The discussion took place in 2005. According to users, the episode is rumored to be broadcasted on a Friday, July 20, 1984. It was said that the episodes, Nobita's Fairy Tale Trip, and I Got a Spare Fourth Dimensional Pocket, were scheduled to air on the time slot. However, what they were greeted by instead is an ominously strange episode. The episode titles is Underground's Shopping Strip, and in that episode the characters were poorly drawn like Squish and Squash, and the faces of the characters were looking uncannily off from how they were usually designed. The episode also had poor voice acting and they don't sound like the original voice actors at the time. Due to its odd visuals, dark themes and confusing plotline, it has traumatized a generation of Japanese youths who grew up watching it during that time. Now, we'll see the story of that episode. The episode begins with Doraemon and Nobita standing outside of their school grounds on a rainy day with umbrellas to shelter them both. Nobita asked Doraemon if they could go to the underground's shopping strip. Doraemon then pulled a device from his pocket that resembled one of his iconic items, the pass loop hole. He placed it on the ground and it expanded to form a dark hole. Excited with an adventure to behold, Doraemon and Nobita jumped into the hole, which is then followed by the sound of them landing on the floor below. After getting up to check their surroundings, they found themselves in a small room covered in brick walls. In confused state, they walked around in the room for a bit and a girl with a beret appeared out of nowhere. Without explanation, the girl hands Nobita an envelope, an ink bottle, and a pencil. The girl then runs away and passes through a nearby wall. Seeing as their only way out, Doraemon and Nobita followed the girl's steps and passed through the same wall. Getting to the other side, the girl is nowhere to be seen. Instead, there was a police officer and a young boy who wears a school uniform colored with yellow and white stripes. The boy is seen in the corner, sitting and sobbing, while the police officer stands in front of a hallway with floorboards that are lined like xylophone keys. The police noticed Doraemon and Nobita, and then exclaimed, "Are you guys filming here? You should film this way." The police officer led Doraemon and Nobita through the hallway until they entered a small dark room with a miniature globe in the middle. The police officer leaves them be as Doraemon and Nobita stared at the globe, noticing that it started to form a crack. The crack then grew larger until an ominous dark liquid started to leak out. Confused and scared, Doraemon and Nobita is seen shivering while hugging each other in fear. The episode ends abruptly from there. Users have come with multiple theories as to how the episode is conceived and why do so many people remember it. Some have suggested that the episode might have been a false memory phenomenon in which it probably come from remembering past episodes of the series. Some have also suggested that it could be misremembering modified tape recordings that can be found in rental stores, which mashed up existing episodes. Though there is also a darker suggestion that stuck out from the rest. Some users have suggested that the name might not be the true name of the episode, as they have pointed out about how distorted the episode looked, and that when viewing the name in a different way, with the context of the distortion, it looked like a butchered-up spelling of Which Death Die. In 1996, there were some Japanese viewers who reported seeing an unannounced episode of Doraemon, specifically on a late Monday night of September 23. There were many witness accounts of the event. However, there were no public records or schedules that indicated the existence of this episode. While details of the episode can vary based on eyewitness, the most general consensus details goes as: on a midnight of September 23, 1996, an episode of Doraemon was broadcasted. Without the show's intro and the title card, it cuts straight to Nobita walking down on a street, be it either the usual neighborhood or a town. The scene itself looks to be around an evening or a night setting, and the camera was shown from behind Nobita. Nobita walks the pathway in a slumped position for 10 minutes straight until, at the very end, Nobita faces the viewer and says, "I've got to go," and the episode abruptly ends. Meanwhile, there are conflicting details on how Nobita said the line. The most agreed upon was the fact that Nobita's voice isn't of the actual voice actress who play him, but rather the creator and author of the original Doraemon manga series, Fujiko F. Fujio. The unsettling detail about this particular broadcast was that the author, Fujiko F. Fujio, passed away on that day at age of 62. It has been speculated that either the episode was pre-made for the broadcasting station to air, as a memorial program, and it was also the most accepted theory. Coming to second theory, some users says, it was some form of supernatural force that hijacked the station, with Nobita saying the line when Fujiko F. Fujio have just passed away. In third theory, during the night at the station, one of TV channel worker may be mixed that strange episode with the original episodes. Upon these theories, first one is mostly a acceptable one. So, that's all for now. I'll update if there is any episodes which was broadcasted in other TV shows. If you have any suggestions or mistake, comment on this video. Follow the channel for more content like this, and we'll see more discussion on update of new movies and series, and trivias and strange facts of old movies and series. Hope you like this content and don't forget to subscribe my channel.